New Mexico, also known as the land of enchantment, is the 47th state in the United States of America and the United Territory. New Mexico is roughly 121,400 square miles filled with various geographical features as well as resources. The many different resources contribute to the diverse economy of New Mexico. Mining and natural resources such as copper as well as farming agricultural products contribute to our economy. We have a wide range of research programs and military bases like the Los Alamos National Laboratory, the Sandia Laboratory, White Sands Missile Range, Kirtland Air Force Base, and all of these establishments in New will help them to remain a continuous representation of a successful community bank.
Well, I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer for First American Bank.
I'm the marketing coordinator of the bank. I'm Assistant Vice President of the marketing department.
I'm a Senior Vice President and I oversee the loan operations function for First American Bank.
I think we give back, in particular in the Las Cruces community, with offering products and services to all types of customers, both consumer and commercial. With the availability of those products and services, we can give back and support growth, create jobs. Our staff, they live here, they have their families here, they go to school here and participate in events here. We give back time, serve on boards. So it's not just lending money, it's more than that, it's being involved.
Management here is very strong. We have lots of programs within the bank that help our managers grow and develop their professional skills, their management skills, and we have an open line of communication with our managers. That's really important at this bank, is to keep communication open from top to bottom.
We have local presence. We're a New Mexico-owned organization. Much of the decisions are made by folks that grew up in this community, went to college at New Mexico State University, are from New Mexico. So I think we have a personal interest in the success of not only Las Cruces, but all of our markets. And sometimes I feel like the larger institutions, in particular the biggest, tend to have more of a public focus. They're a public company. They return to shareholders at that level, and they much of the time take deposits from small communities or rural communities and lend money in large markets.
Well, as you guys already know, we're a New Mexico-owned bank. We've been in business since 1903, and our primary focus is we hire quality people. But not only do we hire quality people, our executive team expects quality work from those people. And I think that it's impacted our community by allowing NMSU graduates to stay in the community and to put the money that we earn back into our community.
As you know, we have several branches throughout New Mexico, and one of the community involvement events that we're involved with is Chaparral. We have a branch there, and it's a very small community, but we have a small branch there. And what we do every year, the bank along with the board of directors, they offer 20 scholarships to 20 of their high school students in Chaparral High. And each scholarship is worth $30,000, and it's a really great program. You know, a lot of these kids otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to go to school.
In 2015, we had 535 loans for 82.2 million. And of that, we had 1 million in smaller loans. So the smaller loans are the small loans, like a vehicle loan for a company or something like that. But our total loans were 535 in 2015 for 82 million.
You're dealing with people that you know. You know, whereas some of the larger banks, they are involved in community events, of course, but I see that there's close personal relationships with your bankers in the smaller community banks. And so we really feel like we can make a difference when we're involved in these community events.
It's going to change. You know, we have the CFPB now, which is basically a new arm of regulation. We're going to have the political restraints. We're going to have our state economic challenges. And by that, I mean the oil revenues that are produced from northern New Mexico and from the eastern side of the state. You know, if those prices remain low or depressed, it's going to negatively impact the way that our whole legislature is going to be run.
Well, from a strategic perspective, we don't actually have a goal to just grow the bank. I would say that's a little different in the last couple of years than it has been in the past, probably 15 years. But over the last couple of years, we would really, our strategy is to improve profitability and to be a safe and secure, sound bank. And not that it wasn't in the other years, but there was also a growth strategy. If we make the right decisions as it relates to lending, deposit product offerings, services, and we treat customers fairly and we give back in our communities like I talked about earlier, growth will come naturally.